I think Tyreek was the one that ended up getting reported for an injury there, so he had a hip and a calf. We'll see what that looks like tomorrow. Proud of the guys. 7-3. That's nothing to scoff at, and as ugly as it can be at times, this group's just proven time and time again that when it's close there in the fourth quarter, that we're capable of finding a way. So, first division win on the road, and really proud of the guys for how they fought there at the end. So, open it up from there.
What did you think of Duvernay's return and just the jolt you guys needed at that time?
Absolutely. I think exactly what you just said. We absolutely needed that. You've kind of been waiting for one of those from him, to be honest with you. He's come really close a number of times, and then he was able to capture it on the bounce there and got us right there on the cuff of field goal range. We're just a little bit out of it, and we're able to run it just enough to feel good about our kick from there. So, he got one of the game balls because of that. Very well deserved.
What to say about Cairo that it would come back and hit the game winner after he missed earlier in the quarter?
Yeah, well, that's who he is. He's a high percentage field goal kicker anyway, so, I've got a lot of confidence in him. He's proven that over the course of the season, and really he's been doing this for a long time, so he doesn't let things, one miss, phase him. We know it's high likelihood he'll make the next one, and so he really kind of embodies what we are as a team, very resilient.
You mentioned that word resilient. There's a couple situations, like DJ drops a pass over the middle, the next play, Colston catches a 25-yarder. That happened throughout the game. What accounts for the resiliency on this team-wide?
Yeah, well, I think I think they just understand that we are really talented, and so it's just a matter of time before someone's going to make a big play for us. And so we've got playmakers on offense, defense, and special teams, and someone's going to show up and end up giving us the spark that we need. So, it was great to see Colston come alive there. We really needed that one as well. Give the Vikings a lot of credit because, as always, they make you earn every little bit. Every play, you got to be on your mess. And so that's what a Flores defense does, and that was certainly the case here today as well.
Best catch of the game might have been Mayshawn's interception. What did you see on that?
Yeah, no, as a huge one for us right before halftime. They're knocking on the door, scoring range, and he was the game captain here this week. He was the guest captain, and so I know it means something to him going against his former team, being able to haul one down. But really good coverage. He's so long that he's able to knock balls away or haul them in, and so we definitely needed that one.
Ben, you mentioned it was an ugly win, and you guys have had some that have come down to the last minute or so here. But what do you make of where your team's at, where you're, regardless of how you got there, you're 7-3, and that's a good spot?
Yeah, no, I think there's ups and downs in every game. There's a few things you wish that you were a little bit cleaner on over the course of it. I think we had a legal formation on one and things of that nature, a few drops mixed in there. Just those are the ones that you get, disappointed in because those are more self-inflicted than they are anything else. And so, when it's, like I said, when you play a tough team like that, you need to be on your mess as much as you can because they're going to make some plays themselves, which they certainly did in this game. So, it was very reminiscent there of the first game where we ended up having a lead and then allowed it to get interesting there. And we felt like we didn't make enough plays there in the first game to earn that victory. And so this one we did. So I do think that shows growth as a football team.
What does it mean to you to be 7-3? You guys could wake up tomorrow morning first place in the division.
Yeah, guys, we're mid-season right now, so we're not even looking at that. We've earned 7 wins so far, and we're really looking for the opportunity to go 1-0 next week.
We talked, guys in the locker room talking about how this win shows kind of the belief they have in each other, kind of those intangibles that good teams have. Do you see it that way?
There's no question. Yeah, I think we've proven a number of times here this year that one of these phases is going to come through for us. It's Cincinnati game. Offense was kind of carrying the banner there that game. I thought defense really did a great job here today. They've done that for the course of the season for the most part. Special teams comes through for us when we really need it here today. And so we kind of just cycled around on who's stepping up to the plate and bringing us the win. And I think that's what good teams do.
A lot of people are saying, when they left enough time for you guys after they scored, a lot of people have been watching this team were thinking, okay, this is the kind of team that can come back. do you have time to even think about that in that moment? Like, they're leaving us too much time when we come back here?
Well, yeah, I feel really good about that situation regardless. 3 timeouts. We've been there before. We practiced that situation. I think it's where our offense is playing very comfortable football right now as well. So, yeah, I think we felt pretty good going into that one, regardless of that return.
With DeAndre Swift, it was hard, tough yards most of the day, but what did he give you at the end?
No, I felt it coming to life a little bit. They do a great job creating a lot of one-on-one blocks, and so if all it takes is one guy being off or you're mistargeted, they have a variety of fronts. I mean, it's what he's done a phenomenal job of over the last 2.5 years now of creating issues for the offense, and we had some. And so when it's like that, those backs, they understand what type of game it's going to be, both in the run game and in pass pro. There's a lot of interior pressure, and those guys got to step up to the plate and be able to stone those linebackers in the A and B gaps. And so I was really proud of how Swift and Monangai both ran and pass pro'd all day long.
And how do you evaluate Caleb's performance?
Hard to say. I got to look at the tape.
I know they probably asked before with the turnovers, the takeaways you guys got. I mean, that Wright's in the end zone. That's about as good as you can see of an interception, isn't it?
Say it again?
So Wright's interception in the
Yeah,
end zone and
yeah.
just the takeaways in general. What did you think about that today?
Yeah, I mean, it's kind of been the story of our wins, right? Is when we know how important that statistic is of taking care of the football on offense and getting our takeaways on defense. And most of these 7 wins that we've had, we've been winning that turnover battle. So no secret to us, no secret to our opponents, and we got to keep that trend going.
Thanks, guys.
Yep, thank you.
What's up, everybody? Let's get it
You
rolling.
guys have had these all season. I mean, what was the
Yep.
ride like at the end of this one?
Yeah, same as always. Go out there, do your job, be calm as possible for the guys, be poised in those moments. And, I think overall, when you do your job, when we execute the plays that are called, obviously having the big spurt of the kick return by Duve was exciting. But when we get out there on the offensive side, it's just do your job, execute the plays, and have a more dominating mindset than the man in front of you.
This team has yet to learn that killer instinct yet. Do you feel that?
Kevin
Meyer.
Yeah.
you
Do I feel that?
Yeah.
Yeah. I think part of it because you have to have a killer instinct to be in these games and finish these games the way we have. To fight all the way through and come out victorious, you have to have a sense of killer instinct. But for the idea of killer instinct, speaking on when there's blood in the water, we got to go and when the defense turns the ball over for us and we get the ball back, we got to put up 7 points. When they get 3 and outs, we got to put up 7 points. And that's a mindset and belief that we have to grow towards and get better at. And that's something that I was preaching on the sideline, and I'm going to keep preaching that because we have so much talent, we have so much belief, we have so much of a great coaching staff, and all these different things. And there's not a time for me that I want to maximize the most than when I'm out here with these guys. And so having the killer instinct in those moments is really important to me and for us as a team because like I said, we got the coaching staff, we got the players, we got the talent. We just have to go out there and do it.
What accounts for the ability to come back and win these games? It's not always the offense, it's not always the defense. Today it was special teams help. Like, what accounts for everyone being able to do that?
Yeah, something that I've spoke about before, living in the known. It doesn't matter when, it doesn't matter how, it doesn't matter who, we got the guys, we got the coaches, we live in the known. And so when our moment comes, when their moment comes, whoever it is on the team, we'll make the play. And so, like I said, we gotta get better throughout the game. But when it comes down to it, we know we're gonna make the plays at the right moment, the right time, and we're gonna go win the game.
For a moment, did it feel like shades of week one? Just that you guys have the lead's gone. Like, how did you get it to change the outcome this time around?
Yeah, I think the belief that we've grown within the locker room is what changed. I think that's been the biggest thing throughout the season so far is the belief. And when you have belief, when you have the trust between each other and the guys and things like that, these moments don't seem too big. These moments, they're a lot smaller. Everybody's a lot more focused. Everybody's a lot more poised when something goes wrong. And I think that's what we've done a good job of since, I would say since the first week, is growing that belief, growing that trust. And like I said, we got to find ways to win earlier. It's something I'm going to preach until we start doing it. But I think that belief and trust is there.
What was going through your head when Duvernay sees that space? You can kind of see it up there.
Yeah, I was standing. I told Duve actually, but right before the game that he was going to make a play for us this day, and he did just that. And I was actually right there when I saw Duve starting to bend the corner, back to us, and you could kind of see the stampede of people on the right side, and you kind of feel and see all the space over here, and just had a feeling that he was going to make a big play right there, and he did. And we're super happy for him, super proud of him, and we're proud that he's on this team and he's making plays for us like that in those big moments. But yeah, things going through my head in that moment is go win the game.
Did you ever thought about that before? I mean, do you usually tell Duvernay stuff like that, or did you have a certain inkling?
I think if I see him before the game or anything like that, maybe. But today just felt like the day, and I told him that before the game, and ended up kind of working out that way.
Okay, but what were some of the things Flores threw at you? Maybe different than you've seen before?
Yeah, he brought a lot of this week. He brought a lot of corner cat and things like that. We were able to either pick it up or get the ball out, or would see him and throw hot or throw a check down or anything like that. So I think overall we did a good job with that, and that was one of the wrinkles. And then he has a bunch more wrinkles that he's thrown in there. He had about a couple times throughout the game dropping back. It's you're trying to figure out the coverage, and a bunch of different guys are flying in different areas, and it's always fun playing versus him because he's such a good D coordinator. And he has such good talent over there, and so a lot of respect to them.
On I believe 24 Ward, when he blitzing you, escaped that. Can you take us through that play? Like, did you recognize that he was coming, or what happened on that play?
The one where he came off my right side and I spun.
Yeah.
Yeah. Before the snap, I didn't see it. And I don't think our back, I believe, didn't see it either. And he just so happened to come free, and they did a good job with that and disguising it early in the game, and then and disguising it throughout the game. And then from there it was just in that moment go make a play for the team, and ended up seeing him late when I turned my eyes around to get back up, and I saw him, and just made a play.
Can we think of maybe a small example of some of the things you guys could do in Colston and Cole? It seemed like your connection with them was especially strong today, some big plays. Maybe just a glimpse of what that can do with those two guys.
Yeah, I think we got the guys. We got the guys that we need to do whatever we need to do to win the game. They're special, they're talented, they make plays for us when it counts and when it matters. And so the belief, like I said, the trust between those guys, between me, is all there, and we've done a good job so far making plays when they counted, and it's been different guys. It's been all of our guys throughout the season so far, and so our trust, my belief, when it comes down to those moments, or when it comes down to big downs, and it's not just the end of the game, I'm going to give them a shot, and we're going to go make a play, and that trust is there, that belief is there. O-line's going to do a great job blocking, and like I said, I'm going to give them a shot, and they're going to go make the play for us.
Extension of that, the 3rd and 13, the sidearm to Burden. I know Ben hinted at this last week. He said he needs more targets. Like how big of like an impact do you feel like? There's a 3rd and 13. It's a drive that ended in a field goal, but you hit Luther, and
did I scramble or was I in the pocket? I'm having trouble remembering.
The pocket, yeah.
Jeez.
I mean,
big
picture wise,
yep.
Just him
It was
finally
right after
earning a role in
you
this
scrambled
offense.
for first down. It was a legal formation penalty, and then you followed him.
We were going that way. Yes. Okay. Got you.
The impact that he made. I mean, Ben's been kind of trending towards this way, saying he's going to get involved more. Like specific to that play, you're talking about trust. Now you found you have another guy you can go to. How did that affect things today?
Yeah. Luther is a special talent, and he's a young cat. He's growing, so that relationship between him and I is going to grow constantly, throughout the years. And so I think that's just a little glimpse. I think last week, in one of the biggest moments of the game, the ball goes to Luther on a 25-yard curl stop route, and so that trust, that belief, I know who we have, what we have. And when I drop back and these guys are running these routes and the spacing and all of these things are right, and they're out there, like I said, the trust, the belief, the special talent that I know that we have is there, and it's a confidence builder for me to be able to trust them and put the ball in the right spot at the right time, and it's only growing, and we're at the halfway mark of the season, or 2 games, or 1 to 2 games past it, and we haven't scratched the surface of how talented, how special we are on this side of the ball. And I'm excited to show it. I'm excited to showcase it. I'm excited to get up every single day and keep grinding with these guys and showcase it at the end of the day. And I think that's coming up. And you get little glimpses of it throughout games and throughout the season so far. But it's coming.
Thanks, guys.
The Bears.